Good morning, it is Tuesday the 23rd of May 2023 and it's time for me to share with you our Lake District holiday. It's 10 to 7 on Tuesday morning and I am starting my day with breakfast. I've got bacon, egg, tomato sauce on wholemeal bread and a coffee with a bit of water. I'm going to enjoy this and then I'll film the intro. Yes, we are in the lakes again. We are staying in Troutbeck in Windermere at Wansfell Park. If you want to know more about the park and about what the lodges can look like and things like that, then check out my previous videos in the playlist. We come here every year. We have for the last 5 or 6 years, and there's tours of the site and the lodges. We've got another lovely lodge at the top end of the site, and it looks like it's going to be a lovely week. So we're really looking forward to it. We're here Monday to Friday. We've got some walks planned. We hope to do some relaxing, take some photos. If you've not watched my channel before, my name is Debbie. I'm 42 years old. My husband is Andrew, he's 52, and we've got a border terrier called Charlie, who is 5. And we love walking, exploring, taking photos, relaxing, eating, and we love to share our holidays and the fantastic views you can get in the Lake District. So now I will share with you the walk that we've planned for today. So the walk that we have planned today is from this booklet that is picked up from the Queen's Head in Troutbeck, which is just up the road from Wansfell Park. It's a very nice dog-friendly pub, or it was. We went about 2 or 3 years ago. And the walk we want to do today is a popular walk. It's called Wansfell Pike and Ambleside. 7 miles, fairly strenuous. Fantastic views over Windermere, a sylvan waterfall and a gentler woodland return via the village. So here's the map. Start off from Troutbeck, go up over Wansfell Pike, down into Ambleside and back through the woods, Jenkins, Crag and Robin Lane back into Troutbeck. So we have done walks around Ambleside before and we've looked at Stockgill Force, but we'll get a chance to see that again. And hopefully we'll get some nice views over Windermere as well. We haven't done any of this walk before, apart from parts in Ambleside, but this walk over Wansfell is highly recommended by my mum, so we're looking forward to it, and we'll take you with us. Good morning. As I said, we are ready to set off on our walk to Ambleside from Troutbeck. It is about 10 to 9. A bit cloudy, about 12 degrees, but we're hoping it'll warm up a bit later. And that is the view from our lodge. Catch you on the way. Say good morning.
Morning.
Just walked 10 minutes up the road from the campsite, or the lodge park, which is there. And ready to start our walk up towards Wansfell Pike on this lane here. And it's about 9:15, warm enough for a steady walk. Enjoy the views. Over Wansfell Park, just there. Climbed out of the village of Troutbeck, just turned off onto Nanny Lane. So we're about 15 minutes into the walk. It's still not 9:30. And the jumper's already off for Andrew. But now the climbing starts. And for those of you who haven't watched our videos before, here's Charlie. You probably see quite a bit of him. And when he decides to cock his leg, it's always on camera. Isn't it? But the Lake District is Charlie's favourite place as well. Some farm buildings and Troutbeck down there. but we are up here. Climbed up a little bit further and you get an even better view of Limefit. You can see the pub at the back, which is where we're near. The white building is the pub at the top. And over the hills,
far away,
Kirkstone Pass. And down there, over there somewhere, is Windermere and Ambleside, where we're heading towards when we've done the climb. How are you feeling so far?
Fit as a fiddle.
So while I'm climbing up here, try and take my mind off it, it's about 3/4 of a mile up this track. It's about 9:20. We did our pack-ups last night, and the other reason why we're up and about so early is
him up there.
Our Charlie up at midnight wanting to go out, so Andrew got up then, and then barking and whining at 4:30 this morning, so I had to get up and take him out. I think he's been wanting to get off on this walk since we got in the car yesterday. But yeah, about 3/4 of a mile up this track, and we've got to look for a footpath to the left. Still climbing 5 or 10 minutes later. It's a very long 3/4 of a mile, this, as usual in the Lake District. Whenever it tells you so many miles, don't believe it. But anyway, we're still climbing. My jumper's come off. It's not sunny, but it feels muggy, doesn't it?
It's a bit more fresh now. We're getting higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I'm still fit, but I'm not as fit as I was.
Not as fit as we used to be.
I'm talking about 10 minutes ago.
Looking at the views and the stone walls in the background. Alright, let's try and get to the top so we get some decent views. Now 9:45 and we're finally leaving the rocky Nanny Lane. Footpath to Ambleside via Wansfell. Leaving that view behind. This view here. And I'm presuming this bit here, which goes higher once we get past this footpath, will be Wansfell Pike. And there he is, having a rummage in the grass. And this is our footpath for the next few miles. Climbed up just a little bit, just 5 minutes since the last clip. We've got our first view of Windermere and our path up onto Wansfell Pike and down there somehow. Look at it, and it's quiet as a mouse. We've not seen anybody yet. Mind you, it's not 10 o'clock yet. We'll be able to see that a lot. We'll see that a lot more on the way back, I think, Windermere. But first, let's keep going. Coffee soon, I think. Disclaimer, you are zoomed in a little bit, but there is Windermere, a better view. You can see it's coming right in here where you can't see it. This video is going to be so long because I'm going to have to keep stopping and showing you the views. But this, going up there, keeps going out of focus, I'm sorry. Going up there and up there is our path. On we go. Not quite at the top yet, but we've decided to sit on this very cushiony grass with a view of Windermere and have a drink break. This is one of the reasons why we decided to set off early, so that we could have plenty of rests and enjoy the view, things to eat. I've got a coffee in my thermos and a banana that I'll get out in a minute. We'll sit here, enjoy the view of the mountains and Windermere while Charlie rests. I'm sorry, we've still got ages and ages to go. We've just got up from our coffee, but I can't resist it, look. Some kind of cairn here, but again we're not at the top. But just look at that. And we are getting some hints of blue sky. This is what we come for, it's food for the soul. Yes, the mountain goat is in front. Charlie, I mean, not Andrew. Oh, it'll be worth it. The view will be worth it. Still not quite at the top, but it's a good excuse to catch my breath. Charlie too. Just look. I think we are now at about the highest point, so let me turn you around and give you a 360. I think this is Ambleside here. Then you've got around to Windermere, back down to the hills of Troutbeck back there. Up there is Kirkstone Pass, and right over there is on the way to Ullswater and that type of direction. All the hills that you can climb, and back to Ambleside. So now we've had a little rest on the little mound where I was showing you the 360. What goes up must come down. So we follow this steep zigzag path according to the guide, down into the woods and eventually to Stockgale and Ambleside. Which is, look, down we go. Just can't stop. We're literally 1 minute down the path. With the river Rothay there running through Ambleside up towards Grasmere. It's like a second home. This quite big walking group has just passed us, and this is the path that we're coming down. Not too bad, I did have one little slip, but otherwise I've been okay. And it goes right the way down into those trees there, and then into Ambleside. It's a lovely day now. You can see that place where we were stood looking at the 360. Thank you, there's the focus. Let's keep going. So I'm filming with my back to Ambleside because of the light. But I just thought I'd let you know, some of you may know I am a keen gamer and I play mobile games and I play Pikmin Bloom. And I am pleased to say that after a lot of waiting for this holiday, I have collected the 3 mountain Pikmin in my collector's game. So that's one achievement. Here's the path that we've come down. And we carry on down into Ambleside with my Pikmin on board. Well, I've got the phone in my hand. I will show you this path going down. It is hard to film and walk at the same time, as I'm sure you understand, but hopefully it gives you an idea. It is quite steep and windy, but we take it slow and steady. Sun's out and we've got an amazing view. Not a lake, but a lovely view nevertheless. It's at 11:30 now, so I'd say we've been descending for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. Path's a little bit easier, not quite as steep. Ambleside's creeping up on us slowly. We'll have to decide whether we wait till Ambleside itself or find a quiet spot for our picnic. Don't forget we had our breakfast at 7:30, so we're up for an early lunch. We've seen quite a few more people on this side. But yeah, and it's a beautiful day now. It's now 11:45. Here's the last of the bluebells. We usually catch the very last of them in the 3rd or 4th week of May. And we're still descending, and I have to say I'm getting a little bit fed up now. Oh, my knees are. We seem to have been climbing down for longer than we were climbing up, but hopefully we're almost there. That is a stream down there, but you can't see it beyond the bluebells. So hopefully we'll find a spot, a nice little spot somewhere where we can see the stream, sit in the shade and eat our lunch after we get off this dreaded hill. It's just after 12 o'clock. We've just had a small rest and a bite to eat. Not a lunch, not a picnic yet, not our lunch, but we're descending on a slightly better path next to a lovely stream. Got the lovely vistas in front of us. Ambleside's slightly blocked off now, but we'll be there soon. And we've just noticed in our guide notes, the walking guide, that it says there's a picnic table in the next few lines, so we're hoping that it's not too far. A bit more gentle descent now, hopefully. Our knees are feeling it. Look at the lovely hawthorn. Or is it hawthorn? You tell me. Seen plenty of people now climbing up, but it's a lovely walk. We finally come out onto the tarmac, which means it's not that far into Ambleside. If you can hear that, there is some kind of plane in the sky. But let's have a look at this sign. Now, considering it's about 12:20, and we've been descending since probably 11:30. Wansfell Pike, half a mile. Do you believe it's half a mile to the top?
Yeah.
Andrew believes it. I don't think I do. But onwards.
But when you think it's 1,500 feet.
1,500 feet, yes.
How many feet in a mile?
I've no idea. Off the road again and into Stockgill Park. This is very accessible from Ambleside. It's just a short walk and you're up into the countryside, and you're near the waterfalls, which you'll see shortly. It's, like I say, it's a very accessible walk, so it's something you might want to consider if you're in Ambleside. Let's see if we can find a picnic table. An even better view from here. Stockgill Force waterfall. Just 10 minutes walk from Ambleside. We've been here a few times before. There's a stream. and we've got some lovely woods to explore as well. We're now walking down Stockgill Park. We did find the picnic table, but there was too many people around. People tend to stare for some reason when you sit at a picnic table and get a picnic out. So we decided to march on and try and find somewhere quieter, probably in Ambleside itself. But in the meantime, we'll enjoy the forest and the sound of the water. It does seem like uneven surfaces and stuff, but it's a lot easier than the descent from Wansfell. We have arrived in Ambleside Inn, Ambleside Salutation, and the market hall just there, which I can't show you properly because I'm in the road. And then if you walk up here, this is the way to the falls. So if you walk up here, enjoying the buildings, and straight up this road here, that will take you to Stockgill. But Ambleside is a lovely town, and we always try to visit it at least once when we're here for the week. Still haven't found somewhere to eat lunch, to have our picnic, but we'll keep going. There's plenty of shops here if you do want to do this walk and have a stop somewhere. Yes, it's a lovely town. Plenty of pubs, sandwich shops, cafes, ice cream places. And it's lovely, like quaint old village. Stopped off in the old Bridge House Fudge shop for some fudge. Andrew's got the raspberry and white chocolate, and I've got the sticky toffee pudding. They also sell ice creams and chocolate. That'll keep us going on a walk, won't it? The ice creams look nice as well. The old Bridge House Fudge shop. There's your strawberry and white chocolate.
Thanks, Lord.
We've left Ambleside behind after a stop at the fudge shop, and we're walking at what's called Old Lake Road. Hoping to find somewhere to stop for dinner. It's now past 1 o'clock, I think. It's a bit busy round here. I'll let you know. So we are now leaving Ambleside behind and Old Lake Road. We are turning up this country road, Jenkins, Crag, Skelgill and Troutbeck, where we came from. And we appear to be climbing up again. Still no lunch, 1:15 now, but we'll find somewhere soon. It's a gorgeous sunny day. Maybe it'll be a little bit quieter on this path. We'll see. Climbed up the hill and we're at the entrance to the woods. Feel like this is going to be our sort of scenery on the way back. Oh, and there's a beautiful view of Windermere that you can't actually see because of the trees. So you can see it says Jenkins, Crag. You won't be able to see that actually. Jenkins, Crag and Skelgill Woods this way and Broadings that way. And just peeking through the trees is Windermere. So hopefully the woods, the trees will open out and we'll get a proper view of it. And there we are, just a second after saying that. It opens up, a gap in the wall and the trees. and we're closer than we were before to Windermere. Now the walk does say there's rumours of a bench ahead, so let's see. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to see Windermere from the bench. .30 and we finally found our picnic spot. The bench and the view. And it's quiet. Nobody's staring at us. So with our lake view and a rather late picnic for us is a crustless salmon and broccoli quiche with salad, some berries and a crunch bar. Andrew's got chicken sandwiches, crisps and chocolate, and Charlie's got some kibble that he's already tucking into. 2:30 now, and we've had a good long rest, probably at least half an hour, where we've all eaten our fill. And we're leaving our view behind. You can just see the bench there. We're going to carry on up here and into the woods. So let's see what the return to Troutbeck is like. Somehow we appear to be climbing again. I mean, I don't know how we do it. They are lovely woods though. No hint of mud yet either. Quite dry actually. Back to it. Continuing on, walking through this lovely sun-dappled wood. There are views of Windermere to come, but we enjoy this in the meantime. We haven't been through here before, and it's pleasant. It's lovely not to be muddy. We're a bit anxious about that, but it's very nice. What do you think? Are you impressed with the walk?
Yeah, I mean, I never like coming down from, you know.
Yeah, the descent was the worst bit.
Yeah, I'd rather go up any day than come down. I could do with like a stair lift to come down.
Yeah, what I should say is the path's levelled off a bit, so we can just enjoy.
It's so hard on your knees and so hard on your knees and your ankles, and it coming down.
So there we go. Now we've just come off the path a bit because we read the guide again, and this is Jenkins Crag with your views over Windermere. Let me climb up the rock. Sorry, it is mostly obscured by trees actually. Oops. There we go. I think it will open up a bit more. But this is the Jenkins Crag that's mentioned in the guide.
You can get out to about to there, that'll gives you a better view.
Yeah. Wonder what's round this corner. Oh look, it opens up and there you are. No, I think it's there. Down there somewhere on this nearest stretch of the water is the Brockholes Visitor Centre, where they do like activities and sports. We're just trying to work out exactly where it is. But if you watch, I think it's last year's video or the year before, We did a walk that started from Brockholes, and we're just wondering if it's going to meet up with that walk. But yes, I'll stop talking now and let you enjoy the view. Basically, that way is Bowness, and that way is Windermere, the town I mean. Not Bowness, Ambleside, sorry. Ambleside that way, Windermere that way. We seem to have cleared out of the woods a bit, and we're very slowly climbing towards Troutbeck, I believe. We've still got Windermere on the left. I have to think hard about my rights and lefts. It's lovely and sunny. It's not burning hot. Certainly better weather than what was forecast. I'm on 19,000 steps, but I did do a quick walk with Charlie this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. But there we go. Of course you can be chilled out and see Windermere on one of the lake cruises without all this walking. Forgot to say in my earlier clip that it's about 3:15. This is High Skelgill Farm, and we've just come through the gate to see that we've still got quite a way to go, really. We're about halfway on the return journey, so we've got to walk all along there and possibly up to the top again. So on we go. I think there's going to be another coffee stop at some point. But that was the idea for this walk. But definitely that we're going to take our time and just enjoy it, not tire ourselves out too much. But we definitely feel like we're walking longer than 7 miles. And like I said, how many steps are you on? Are you on about 17?
Yeah.
Andrew's on 17,000 steps and I'm on 19. So
I kept finding out shortcuts.
yeah. Well, I did that little walk this morning.
Yeah.
We've lost our view of Windermere, but we've got a view of all the green pastures. Never good to see how far the path is ahead, but we just need to keep going. So just after I did that last clip walking down from the farm, we've got Public Bridleway, Troutbeck, 1¼ miles, and tea room 20 minutes. What time is it now? 3:20. So let's see if we're there before 4 o'clock. There is some climbing involved, so it's probably going to take longer than 20 minutes. Let's see. We appear to be climbing again. We've just had a good chat with a couple who've come from Troutbeck, and guess what? The post office and tea room is closed on Tuesdays, so there's no extra ice cream or drinks for us, because I think that's the only thing that there is in Troutbeck. Never mind. I've still got a biscuit left, but it would have been nice to have a hot coffee or a cold ice cream, and Charlie to have a nice fresh drink of water. But there we are. We will keep climbing And I'll show you a view very soon. Say that again, louder.
I say, if this doesn't make him sleep tonight, nothing will.
20,000 steps now.
Yeah. Whew. I'm still fit as a fiddle. The trouble is my fiddle's there's no strings left.
Charlie having a paddle in the stream and a little drink. Just stopped to be a good Samaritan to a extremely handsome man.
Oh, yeah, we know that's why you stopped.
He had something on his hands.
If it had been me, he'd just walked past.
Yeah. Fortunately, apart from the stream, there's no view. But yes, I gave the young man a hand wipe because he'd got something on his hands, poo or something. Brightens up your day, doesn't it? It's a very long 20 minutes, but we have stopped for a coffee or a sip of coffee, and we have been chatting to people on the way. Still a while to go, I think. We're walking on quite a nice clear track, slowly down towards Troutbeck, and down there is where we came up from Brockholes. Remember when I said we're going to meet that track? So that's a nice little walk. That's about 4 miles. We've done that before, up from Brockholes round to Troutbeck. We've now been promised it's 15 minutes to the closed tea room. So obviously the 20-minute sign was a lie, just like every other sign round here. Oh, look, you're just in time for a sneak peek at Windermere. Just there, look. But at least it's not a rocky footpath. I mean, we should be walking faster, but we can't quite summon up the energy.
It's now Thursday.
It's now Thursday and we're still walking towards this closed post office. We have walked in this area before, as I say. We did some kind of circular walk between Brockholes and Troutbeck. So we have walked on some of these footpaths before. But it certainly feels like a longer walk today. Can you hear the cuckoo? Don't know if you'll be able to hear that.
Last look of Windermere.
Yeah, can you see that just over there? That's Windermere. I can't show you with my finger because I've got Charlie's lead in my other hand. There you go. Hopefully the next clip should be in Troutbeck. Here we are at last, and I haven't looked at the time. What time is it, Mr. Wolf?
Nearly 4:15.
4:15. Walking down into Troutbeck, and you can see, well, you probably can't see, but there's Lime Fit there, just in the distance where we started. So we've just got to figure out how to get back there again, and then we're sorted. It's nice, this Troutbeck. As you can see, we're actually just outside the kind of village itself. Here is the closed post office, and now we've just got to figure out how to get sort of over there. We just need to do an as the crow flies now. It's probably, would you say, about a mile?
Yeah, I would say so.
Or maybe half a mile. 2.5 miles to Ambleside according to the last sign that we just passed. 4:30 now and we're nearly home, within touching distance. There's Troutbeck. We're on these tracks again just above Troutbeck before you start climbing up to Wansfell. So we will be home before 5 unless some calamity befalls us. But yes, it's just nice peaceful walking now. And of course you can make lots of shorter walks just on these tracks and still get lovely views.
Yeah. You could just go out onto your balcony and go back into the house.
Yeah. You won't see any lakes though.
You just Google them, don't you?
See them on Google. Is seeing them on Google the same thing as seeing them in real life? Nice peaceful country lane. No climbing. It is now 20 to 5. My battery just died in the middle of recording the last clip. But we are just walking through one last field before we get home to Linefit Park. It looks further away than it is. Yes, there we are, that's home. And there is the pony trekking barn. And you can see the road up to it, and you can walk from the cabins around the site up to see the ponies. That's a nice walk. But yeah, last field and then we're home, and then it'll be tea time. Here we are, just before 5 o'clock, walking up the lane back to our lodge. We've been out since about 9 o'clock or just before. So a long day. I'll just show you my tea when it's made, and that'll probably be the end of the video. It is now 6:10 and I am finally sitting down to my evening meal. Andrew's already had his. He's had chicken in white sauce, new potatoes and peas, and I'm having a pre-prepared bacon and pea risotto with some stir-fry veg. And that's the end of today's video, and with any luck we will see you tomorrow for another walk. Thanks for watching.